Good morning, good evening, and good night, everybody. My name is Sarah, and first of all, I would like to apologize if the quality of this video is not up to standards. I am in my grandparents' house in a different state at like 5 o'clock at night, so I am aware things might be different than normal. But despite all this, I did finish the Christmas at Hogwarts Readathon. This was hosted by G over on Bookroast. It was quite a lovely and relaxing readathon, if I do say so myself. So this readathon, you only had to read 5 books over a course of 10 days, which was surprisingly easy for me. Like, I didn't think it would be that easy. I actually finished like 2 days early. I'm currently filming this on Christmas. The readathon ends tomorrow. And so it's like I still have another day to watch my movie, which is lovely. We'll get to that in a bit. But with that all being said, let's dive on in. So prompt number 1, before you can even start the readathon, you have to finish your coursework. Finish the book you're reading before the readathon started. For me, this was Mortal Engines. Now, technically, I did finish this like 12:01 a.m., which, it counts. It was a new day. It counts. I had started this book a really long time ago, and I really needed to finish it to watch the movie. I decided I didn't want to watch the movie though because I saw Rotten Tomatoes, like their general opinion. It's not apparently a very good movie. And that kind of stands, to me it wasn't the best book in the world. It had great world building, and that was kind of it. I really did not like the characters. Like, the main character, kind of hated him. I mean, he wasn't the worst, but he wasn't the best either, so I finished that the 1 minute after readathon started, and it happened, okay? It happened. Now from here, the path splits off. You can read the book for prompt 1 or prompt 2. You are, like, it is encouraged to read a book that would follow the prompt you would actually do. The prompt I chose was help Hagrid set up the Christmas tree, and for that you had a read a book with a gold foiling on it. I read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. The cover has a little bit of gold foil for the title. It's just, I never read this book growing up. I read the Kane Chronicles. I am currently reading Magnus Chase, but I never read where it started, which was Percy Jackson. And the last book of the Magnus Chase series, the first chapter of it has Percy Jackson in it, so I figured I really should read the book before I read the 3rd book in the Magnus Chase series. You don't have to, but I wanted to. Now, growing up, my only connection to Percy Jackson was through the movie. Yeah, that was all I had for that. The movie really did suck. Like, even as a child, I was aware, like, cinematography-wise, it was bad. But now, looking back with the book, it's so bad. It's so bad. I have seen bits and pieces of the musical. Totally prefer the musical. If you can find that online, watch the musical. It's lovely. So yes, I finished Percy Jackson. It was cute. I don't really want to rate it because it's such a beloved classic, but it's like 4.5 stars for me, okay? Okay. Now from there, the 2 paths converge, and we go to the 3 broomsticks to have Mule Pixie Wine. For this prompt, you had to read a book that would take a day or an evening. Now, the book I had for this prompt changed multiple times. And the book I had originally brought up here with me, that was like, this is what I'm going to read, I switched that I put it in a different prompt. So the book I ended up reading was 9 from the 9 Worlds. This is 9 different short stories involving the characters of the Magnus Chase world, just like traveling into the different realms of the 9 worlds. And it's really lovely. I read this book second to last in the readathon, even though it's like the 2nd prompt. Because I had to finish a Magnus Chase book first. So yes, I read this. It was lovely. It was great. It's an anthology, so I don't rate anthologies, but it was really cute and really adorable. I love, like, the way the chemistry of the characters are really being brought back together in this. You really just see them in their natural environment, and I love it. I really do. Now from this prompt, the paths diverge into 3 different sections. I chose to go to the common room and exchange presents. So the prompt was you have to read a book with or about friends. For me, it was Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead. I know this is book 1, sort of summer, but I finished the book before I left for here, so I didn't pack it with me. I did, however, find this at the Goodwill, which is amazing because I only had this in paperback. And it's just like, I normally don't normally having like different editions of a series doesn't bother me, but for a series, I love and adore the fact that it was like I had 1 paperback and 3 hardbacks. I'm like, So yeah, I found this at the Goodwill for like $2. It's in perfect condition, and yeah. So anyways, so I read Magnus Chase. I read the final book of Magnus Chase, and my heart, I don't want that series to end. I love it so much, and I'm just, I've never cared about relationships of a character before. I've never cared about who their love interest is, or if they'll end up, like what the side characters are doing with their boyfriends. I don't care about that. But this series made me care about the relationship status of the characters. And the fact that they did that is just, this is going to be one of my favorite series of all times. And I know this will be the series I read to my kids, if I ever have kids. This will be the series I read to my cats when they get old enough to put up with me. Obviously, I read book 3, so I can't really talk about it too much. It was 5 stars because I think I actually gave it like 4.5 stars. I love it. I really do. And I'm just like, it connects all the things. There are a couple problems I had with book 3 though, because there are some situations that like, they happen to be great, yay, it doesn't go anywhere, and you think, oh, maybe they're setting up for the next book, but there's only 3 books in the series, and that was the final one. So it was nice getting some more depth of the world, but at the same time, could have shortened it. Now from there, the path splits into 2 more, and I ended up choosing to go with Putting On My Sweater from Molly Weasley. And the prompt for that is to read a book about family. For me, I read Seriously Wicked. This, I was going to read over Halloween, and then something happened over Halloween, and I was just out of it. I wasn't reading. And originally, this was going to be the book I read for Mule Pixie, for the 3 Broomsticks. It's incredibly short. I started reading it with this plan for Mule Pixie, and I started reading this on a plane, and then I got really sick on that plane, so I put it down, so I didn't finish it in a day. But it's so lovely, and it follows the story about this girl who's being raised by a witch, and the witch is like, I'm gonna take over the town this week, because obviously, and so she summons a demon to go track down this phoenix who's supposed to explode Halloween night. And the demon's like, I need a body to do it. And so they had a mannequin set up, and then the demon decides, hey, there's a cute boy outside, I'll go take over his body. So this girl is going around trying to track down all the ingredients to stop the phoenix from exploding, because obviously every 100 years a phoenix explodes. That's this book's take on the rebirth cycle. And then there's also like the boy who's like aware he's being possessed, like some days he's himself, some days it's the demon. And it's just like, she's trying to like fix her relationship with the boy and like not have the town explode, and then she has to deal with her mother who is just like the wicked witch. And it's just like, in the book, the ending of this book is like, things work out really nice, and I really enjoyed this book, way more than I thought I would. It's clearly a middle grade, but it's just like, I needed a good, sweet middle grade. I don't know why it's been lacking in my life so much. Yeah, I surprisingly, I gave it 5 stars. And then I have one more prompt to fulfill, and that is to gather at the Great Hall and have the Christmas feast. And for that, you have to watch a Harry Potter movie. I am doing that tonight. It is tradition in my family to watch a Harry Potter movie on Christmas night. Again, the readathon ends tomorrow for me. Wednesday. It's Friday for you guys. I'm sorry about the fact that I pre-film. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch the Sorcerer's Stone or the Philosopher's Stone, depending on what part of the world you're in. And I'm so happy, because that movie is like what I think the core of like this franchise is, because it's the wonder and the magic, and like I feel like in the books that kind of stays with you, but once the movies like they start to get darker, you lose that fascination with this concept of the magic that they created in this. And I'm just like, I miss the first contact. Like, there's something about just entering the Great Hall during the sorting ceremony, and you see the floating candles in the night sky and the music. And so yeah, I'm so excited to watch that movie tonight. And it's just gonna be lovely. So yeah, that has been my magical readathon Christmas at Hogwarts. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you liked this video or liked any of the books in this video, have read the series and whatnot, leave it down in the comment section down below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And as always, Good night, good evening, and good morning, everybody.